Hilton's got a toss. Just rode to the Burger King and got a little snack. I already had lunch at home. It rained a little bit while I was here, a little drizzle, no big deal. October does that kind of early here in Florida, in Ocala, Florida. You get storms, you know, the hurricanes are out bouncing around in the ocean occasionally. But everything's drying off pretty good. I was inside, I just let it drizzle all over everything. And you get out in the rain, you know, it's good to have some quick dry. These pants, of course, great. You got zippers on them. I like that. Keep things safe, although I use my little Rock Brothers case to put things in. My pockets, my keys, my toss wallet. Got a toss wallet, which is basically it doesn't have any credit cards to lose. So I've got some cash in there. You know, it's usually about 40, 50 bucks, ones and fives and a 20 or so. You know, some money, if I have to go to the store and get something and their credit card machine's down, I can pay cash and get something in case I've got too much. But, or if I want a bite, I can pay cash. I've got an iPhone, I've got credit cards on my phone I can use. I've got the basic Apple credit card, and I've got an Apple Watch that has the same thing, plus credit cards for that. And ATM card I can have on the phone and on the watch, so I can actually activate my ATM and get cash out. And it usually works. I've had one or two times where I switched from the watch, it didn't work, so I switched to the phone, and it did work. And I was like, well, good, I'm getting cash today. Otherwise, I would have just gone home, you know, whatever, arrived home, no big deal. But I always try to stay a little bit of ahead on the cash thing. I like paying cash in places as opposed to handing a waiter my credit card, watching them walk away with it. That's unsettling. They slowly need to keep changing that. It's good at some places where they let you pay at the table on the little machine. That's fine. Or one place had a QR code on the table. You just scan the QR code. And I was like, well, okay. And it worked. Apple paid it. And boom, we're done. Since Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay are so secure, you know, you want to go that route as much as you can. It gives you a one-time credit card, coded number, it works, and then they change the code. So, you know, it's just much more secure. But yeah, riding the bike, getting some exercise. It's going to rain occasionally. You get out there, but as you go through the air, it dries off better. And this shirt is actually, I usually have a cotton t-shirt on, but this has got polyester in it. So it's going to dry a lot faster. And the pants are poly. Quick dry, you know, if it says quick dry, it's probably got polyester in it or some kind of coating on it or some kind of blend or something like that. So that's good. And when you're out in the helmet, keeps you mostly dry except for the holes, which you want the holes for the air ventilation. You know, if it gets a little wet, you just, you know, it's fine. It's no big deal. My glasses were all speckled when I came into Burger King, and I got a little napkin out. They keep them right up front at the cash register, you know, because those napkins are like gold. A lot of these fast food places, you ever notice that? Some places, you know, those napkins are hard to get. You're like, can I get a napkin? Can I get 3? I like 3. Three's I usually try for 3. That way I kind of wipe the table off with one. And then I've got one in my lap, and I like the second one in my lap that's still folded, because if you get gooeys on your fingers, you just tap that one that's on your lap, the second one, and put your gooeys there. And that way you still have a nice one laying across your lap. And the folded one was kind of on the right side since I'm right-handed. And I'll just touch that and get the gooeys on to that one. And if push comes to shove, if that one gets nasty, you throw it away. You know, you still got one on your lap, and you got one extra that you clean the table with that you can possibly use, or you can go get another one. Throw away the one. If the table is bad, sometimes I'll go to the drink fountain machine, and they'll have, some of them have water squirters. So you give it just a little squirt of water on the napkins, and then you clean off the table, and then you get the dry napkin and you wipe it dry, and you throw them away and go get 2 more, and you got 3 again. You know, something like that. That's my game plan. That's my bike riding game plan when I stop at stores and stuff. And you look like you're busy, you know, looking at a YouTube video with my bone conducting headphones. No, they're not hearing aids, not yet. I probably could use them. My wife already gives me a hard time. I'd mess my ears up working at that dry cleaners all those years. That dry cleaning machine sounds like an airplane engine when it spins the clothes. And it's noisy. And sometimes I'd be listening to like an audiobook or something, and buds would be in my ear, I just crank it up a little bit more. That's stupid, isn't it? You get a little ringing in your ear, you're like, I screwed that up. So, but I found these are great. Long conduction headphones, they're soft, they're comfortable. You know, the traffic noise, it would, you know, blocks out some of the noise. When I ride the bike, I just, you know, listen to podcasts and music. A lot of people don't like to listen to anything, they like to stay focused on the road. I stay focused, I don't like to listen to audiobooks anymore. I try to stay focused, because you're really focused when you're on audio. You're listening to hanging on every word. Podcast, you know, you catch some of it, you miss some of it, you get the idea. It's not a big deal, and you know the songs, so you're just humming along to those. It's no big deal. So for now, it's like no big deal. And then I got my little trash here. I got my drink holder. I've turned into a little snack bin. This is how I do my protein bars. I just put them in a little snack pack. And that way you can get to them. They can melt, get gooey, don't matter. You just open it up and take a bite, and your fingers don't get sticky because it's a snack thing. You don't have to unwrap it and peel it off and all that crap. You know, you're good to go. So riding the bike, get some exercise, get some freedom, get some joy, get a little wet once in a while just to say you can do it, you're tough enough. I can go home, strip down in the garage and go hit the shower if push comes to shove. If it gets that bad, I mean, I can feel a little drop hitting me every once in a while, but it's not bad. I guess it's cloudy. You can see it's cloudy. And Scott, why the hell are you out here? I was going to the store. I got to get some stuff. So I got my panniers filled. I'll show you my system. I'll probably put it on the other video too. But I'm trying out. And I'd stopped here, so I knew that would take a while. Let's see. Double layered. These are both Publix bags. They're not zipped. There and there. I've got 5 of these ice blocks in here. So I got this one, and each other, so that you got a layer. And the idea is you're gonna put, that's right. Put one in here, one here, in between, to layer it so that the air around the inner bag, whoops, is colder. And I probably should have done that when I went home. There. And I've got a thermostat in here somewhere. Currently, it's keeping cold at about 42. That's good for not being zipped. That's really good. And then thermostat here, before I was way up to 60, just being in the thing, but I didn't have the ice there. So check back on my other video that I'll do right after this for what I pick up at the store. And we'll see how it does and see if I need to zip it closed or not. All right, hang on. That's cool. All right, heading to the store. Weather's nice, a little breezy. Got my Verve 2 bike instead of the Townie bike, which is a little heavier. But the wind was blowing, I was a little worried. These panniers catch wind and wobble me a little bit. The big box, that milk crate you've seen on the Townie bike, that's more of a drag and more wind pushing up against the side and can tilt you over a little bit if it gets bad. So the wind gusts, I think, are 23 and the wind speed's like 13 or something like that. So welcome to October in Florida with the hurricane season zipping around out in the Atlantic, making new storms. Like, share, and subscribe if you learned anything. You love biking, love to get out on a bike and get some exercise, do it. Just do it. Yeah, I don't care what kind of bike you got. Crappiest bike in the world. Your kid's bike. Just get out and ride a little bit to see how you like it. Go around the block once. And then another day, go around twice. And then keep going and going. And then put some walking in between that. Take a walk around the block. Go around twice. Just, get in shape again. Believe me, I know. All right, bye.